Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I could not go to work without talking about RJ. I ain't want to leave. This video is probably going to drop after I get off of work at 10, but I had to do it now. I had to make sure I did it before I left for work because I got the energy for it right now. I know when I come in, I'm going to be tired. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. You already know who this is. You already know what the energy is. Shout out to RJ. He stood tall. Like when you don't have guys you're comfortable and used to playing with, especially like for the first game, you don't know how it's going to pan out. You know what I mean? You don't know how it's going to work out. But I know one thing for sure, two things for certain. When RJ is on the court, there's going to be a presence and there's going to be performance leadership. He going to do his motherfucking thing no matter what. He going to set the tone and the precedent no matter what. No matter who's available, no matter who's on the court, no matter who's not available, no matter who's not on the court, he's going to show up to do his job. That's it. That's all we can ask of him. That's all we can ask of RJ is to step in, do your job. And he's doing it listen, the pace that he's setting is an all-star pace. And I know a lot of people are like, this first exhibition game, you can't. This whole thing has been gearing up and gaining momentum since last season. Since he came to us from the Knicks, it's been gaining momentum. He finished the season strong, averaging 20 plus, was dominant for the first few games of the Olympics. And, he was leading the Olympics in scoring at one point, and he still ended up having an impressive existence in the Olympics. And now we're going into the season, he's still in go mode. He's still hungry for an all-star spot, and we all believe somebody going to have to give up that spot. Somebody, that's all it is. Somebody going to have to give up their all-star spot. Whether it be a starter or somebody coming off the bench, you're going to have to slide that. You know what I mean? And when you watch what he did early, 14 minutes of play, 17 points in 14 minutes. He was efficient and effective. He got it done. He set the tone. Everybody followed his lead, and we didn't lapse. We continued the same. Listen, the tone was set from beginning to end. He was a big part of us setting that tone. Then when you add Scottie and you add Quickley to the mix, it's like having the three tenors. Whoever got it going, you just gonna follow their lead. If Scottie get it going, they follow Scottie. And RJ has no problem doing that. And if Quickley gets it started, those other two, Scottie and RJ, will follow his lead. But no matter what, three guys who are able to impose their will and lead the team is better than one. I didn't want this season to be where Scottie feels like he's carrying the load, a load of all loads as a young player. It's going to be, I think everybody's going to carry their own load. Everyone's going to take care of their responsibilities. We know what Scottie brings to the table, but I think it would be unfair to really put all the responsibility on him at any point. This isn't the 80s or the 90s where that was a common conversation. Now, there's so much more to basketball. You have the interviews, you have the entertainment aspect of it, as well as the hooping and the competing. It's a lot to put on one person's shoulder and say, all right, you're responsible for all these different dynamics of the team as far as the labor is concerned. It's good to see that we have competent people in place coming off the bench and starting beside Scottie to share the load. Because I wouldn't want to go into this season just having that as a narrative where it's all on him. It's all on us. Fans included. It's all on us. We had some dark times last year. And we ain't break. So it don't make no sense to divide up now. You know what I mean? It's good to see that we have someone, because realistically during the season, everybody's not going to be available. You might just have the combination of RJ and Quickley, or RJ and Scottie, Quickley's out, or Scottie's out, or Quickley and RJ is out, Scottie got a lead, and then he's going to have the support that he deserves to have. I think anytime any one of them by themselves, whether it be Scottie, Quickley, or RJ, have to be the face of the movement for the game, the proper support should be there. Last night, it was proper support for RJ. Proper support. He set the tone, and everybody followed suit. Impactful 14 minutes. You got a lot of guys that put up numbers, but they don't impact the environment. I've been talking about this for years. Impact is important. People always talk about the numbers, but the impact, and I've been speaking of impact for 3 years. That's more important than anything. Because if you have an impactful 10 points, that's better than having 30 points and we lose and it doesn't move the needle at all. That guy got busy, 14 minutes, 7 to 10 from the field, 3 or 4 from 3, and sat his ass down, and we ran right through the Wizards. That's it. That's it. He was involved enough in the blue-collar work. He was involved enough in the white-collar scoring. That's it. Like, that's all you want. You want him to continue the all-star pace. You want him to have the all-star caliber pressure consistently, no matter who we're playing against. Until his name is selected, let's apply that pressure. We win, he gets in. It's a collective. Just like Scottie's awards. The team was winning, he enjoyed the perks. As he should. He deserved Rookie of the Year. And he deserves to be an all-star. Now it's RJ and Quickley. We win, other guys get the accolades they deserve. Because there's a lot of guys who are on winning teams who don't have to carry a load or have to be responsible for as much as our guys are. They're playing for themselves pretty much. They got their money, their participation trophy. They're good. And a lot of these places, they just plan to stay in business. They got the $76 billion. They don't really feel like they have anything to prove. These kids are coming in, I got the bag, I'm good. NIL, I'm rich. League, I'm rich. Or richer, I'm straight. I ain't got nothing to prove. The Raptors feel, the organization got something to prove. The first championship, we got to prove that the first one wasn't a fluke. The second one is going to stamp it. And we're going to get into them conversations in them rooms that we deserve to be in. We cut from the right cloth. And it starts with picking the right players and trading for the right players and getting the right players in and having the right coaches, making the right decisions on a regular basis. That's what it's about. And as an organization, Masai Ujiri made great decisions. Bobby Webster made great decisions. Now with Rodgers running it, you don't know how it's going to go. We got to win. We got to win. If we want to keep this thing the way we're comfortable having it, we got to win. The W's is what keep everybody intact. Everybody loves a winner, and everybody minds their business when you're winning. Just keep it working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And when we got RJ, what we got in RJ is a guy who feels like he has a lot to prove. And we got a group of guys on this team that got something to prove as well. From top to bottom, there's nothing like having guys who have something to prove. Whether they belong, whether they believe they deserve the responsibility, whatever it is, whatever that thing is they have to prove to themselves and to the rest of the world, we have all of that. Scottie is one of the only guys from his draft class or of the last few draft class that has their own team. That has a team built around him, his likeness, and is trusting him to propel this organization forward, along with the help that they're providing. This ain't about entertainment. Because a lot of these teams got guys who are entertaining, and the NBA is leaning towards entertainment. It's entertainment over competition. That's why the analytics don't apply. None of it really applies. Because it's all about entertainment. Whatever's entertaining, whatever's the big story, whatever's clickbait, whatever's the dopest relationship in media, whoever's popping socially is going to have the eyes and ears of the people. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, ain't nothing like winning. When you winning, they got to pay attention to you. They got to see what you're doing. Because everybody ain't winning. You could be popular, you could be cool, you could be in. But if your ass ain't winning, you just going to settle for that participation trophy. You're just a participant. And nobody really remembers a participant. We only remember the champions. Those who were on a hunt and competed and chased after something. Because that's what shaped and molded them and their careers. It gave it the life it needed for us to pay attention to it. It put the light on it. We got a lot of guys in the league just happy to be there. We don't have guys on this team that are happy. They got something to prove. Once they get finished proving it, they still not going to be happy. They're going to be satisfied. There's a difference between satisfaction and happiness. We made it. We good. But now we got something to prove. We got to satisfy that urge. There's a difference between our team and other teams. Other teams have to prove what they have to prove, but our players 1 through 12, 1 through 14, 1 through 15 all have something to prove. A lot of these teams have guys who already proved themselves, have a place in the NBA, have an existence, have the respect, have the experiences, have the association with greatness and the connection to greatness that our players have yet to have. And they want it. And RJ is one of those guys who wants it. And if you got him wanting it, and people imitate what they see, not so much what you tell them. They see you going after it, you can't take a day off. If he chasing after it, you can't let him down. Because if he's hunting, you got to hunt. Or we're going to find other people who can. We got the right group. It's going thin out, and guys are going to step to the front, and we're going to figure it out as we go. But the tone that we set, we look good. As long as we dominate them sub 500 teams and we ain't among that conversation, we won. We're going to be a playoff team. We're going to exceed everybody's expectations because we're not satisfied with just simply being what they say we are. It's who we say we are. When we say we had enough and we ready to say, all right, cool, I'm satisfied, then we satisfied. We not satisfied with just being invited. We not satisfied with just getting to the playoffs. We're going to let everybody know we're here to compete. It's all right. We got money. We've got our contracts. But there's still something else more that our guys have to chase after. The approval and the respect of their peers. Some things money can't buy. RJ knows that. Some things money cannot buy. Even when you're rich, you still have that yearning inside of you, that feeling that I still can do more. I got to do more. I ain't accomplished everything I set out to accomplish. It's cool to have a Ferrari. It's cool to have a mansion, but that shit get old. At some point, it's going to be you and that dream that you had when you were young. I want to be an all-star. I want to be an all-star. I want to win a championship. One at a time. I want to be all NBA. I want to be on a team that continuously wins. Till you accomplish those goals, money ain't going to satisfy that urge. It's just going to provide you with the high to distract you. Just make things worse. You still got work to do. There's no substitute for good old-fashioned work. That's just what it is. That's just a reality. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of good old-fashioned work. I'm about to go do some good old-fashioned work today in about 20 minutes. But I salute to RJ. And this isn't a slight on anybody. But you need guys who are serious about no matter who's available, I'm coming to make sure we're in the best position to win. Because sometimes when certain guys aren't available, it's like, all right, we're going to lose. We're going to try in the beginning, and then you know how it goes. Now we coming out to win. Regardless, whoever's on the court, we trying to win. That's what this is about. We're here to compete. We're here to win. As a group, as a fan base, and as individuals. That's what it is. If you're not competing to win, then you might as well get out the way. It's nothing like there's no substitute for success. Winning begots more winning. It's beautiful. There's nothing like working and getting gratification for what you work hard for. It's nothing like saying I want to be something and I will be something and going and doing it and then doing it again and doing it again because that's what the greats do. That's what defines greatness. The goals that you chase after and the goals that you achieve. What you leave on the table is going to define you. You left all that on the table. A lot of guys, Mike ain't leave that much on the table, if nothing at all. Kobe ain't leave that much on the table. The greats that we talk about didn't leave a lot on the table. Trust and believe that. They handled their business. They finished their breakfast. And if you got a guy who wants to finish his breakfast, you got to let him eat. Scottie's going to eat. Quick is going to eat. Everybody on this team is going to eat. Them sub 500 teams, they all plates. The top tier teams, we're going to see if we can go 500 against them. We go 500 against them and learn how to play at that level with so much at stake. We're going to learn how to play at the higher altitudes. But this right here, we got to play at this level and dominate this level to get to the next one. They all deserve to be in the position they're in. The other teams deserve to be in the position they're in. Don't put us in that sub 500 group, though. Don't violate us doing that. We listen, we trying to step into the right conversation. And that win and RJ doing what he did, even in 14 minutes, that's all. Sometimes that's all you need. You don't need 35 minutes to make an impression and get the win. To apply pressure and crack another team head open. You don't need a whole 48 minutes or 35. Sometimes all you need is 14 minutes to say what you got to say and go about your business and let the win be the win and let the losers lose. You saw what Jordan Poole did. Nigga pulled from half court. I knew it was over. I was like, yeah, he gave up. And once he gives up, they done. You cracked the superstar. That's what we looking forward to. Competing against the best and dominating the rest. That's it. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. You already know what it is. Shout out to RJ. Listen, we got guys. We got a team. We got something to be proud of. Last year was tough to deal with, man. We deserve these moments. Every moment we get to smile and rejoice and have fun, then we deserve that shit, man. Last year, the last few years was brutal. You could say the last matter of fact, the last 2 years were tough. Any moment that we get to smile, man, I say enjoy this shit, man. I don't care what it is. Gas it up. We win, gas it up. And we lose, chalk it up as a learning lesson. You know what I mean? A teachable moment. But I'm going to holler at y'all. Let me get ready to go to work. Y'all enjoy y'all night. I'm probably going to drop this at midnight. But we're going to keep this work in rotation. I'm glad the season started. It's nothing like basketball season. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.